wonderful meditation. And I truly want to apologize that we are starting the 41-day challenge tomorrow. So I had to do a few things before we get started. So that's the reason we are doing meditation ahead of the topic. Now we will start the topic session now. Once again, welcome all for the session. So hold on. Okay. So as we talked last week and in the prior weeks about the soul, the journey of the soul, and how we need to bring it together, and what does it mean in the context of my learning and my journey and my practice. Right? So we will take that next step today to discuss a little deeper and connect to the source as to how I can get there and what does it mean. Right? So as we embark in this journey, trying to understand who we are and why we are here and what is my purpose, slowly we start to get energies, right? The energies that will help you to unravel the mystery that is been out there for us for the eternity. Because in every life, that is my purpose. That is why I'm here, every life. But yet, I do not have neither the inclination, nor the intention, nor the inspiration, or the time to really get there. Now, how do I bring all of that together? The only answer to this puzzle is practice. Knowing, remembering, being, and be in that state. In that state. I'm trying to be in that state and being in that state, two different things. You may be understanding theoretically how and what it means, but actually being on that state is the real realization. So in this endeavor, the most important question that every one of us should ask in the journey of spirituality is, what is my goal? Because we are all racing, so fast in our own material lives that we don't have time to even look back. I don't even remember what happened yesterday. Some cannot even remember what happened in the morning. And to the surprise, some cannot remember what happened previous hour. Why is this rush? Why is this push? What is pulling us, pushing us? Why we are going at the pace as to what we are doing? The question to that, the answer to that question is the key to our spiritual reality. If you want, you have the lock of spirituality. Everyone has a lock of spirituality, but we need a key. The key is for us to understand that anything and everything that is happening, there is a reason behind that, and I need to overcome that. And whatever is happening, it will continue to happen. Imagine in every day's, the race that we are running, each of us on our own lives, there are things that are happening without your influence. There are things that are happening even your best intentions, right? And there are things that never happen even though you put your maximum effort into it. So what does that tell us? What is going on? Why is that smallest of the smallest things are happening without your influence, or the largest of the largest things are never happening, or things that are happening at your best without even you doing anything? Why is that? Anyone? It's a simple question. Anyone would like to attempt?
Maybe it's not meant to be.
It's not meant to be. That's a tricky answer, though. But there is a deeper sense of it, right? See, it is not meant to be is from my perspective, right? And you realize only after the fact, isn't it? But while it is happening, before you start, what is that the driving force that will make it happen, that will not make it happen? Is it my greater power? Is it my will? Is it my commitment? Is it the God? Whatever you call that, right? We all have to agree that there is some kind of power out there, something, whatever you call that Atma, you call that, soul, you call that self, you call that God, whatever you call, there is something that is out there, even through my will. Things are happening without me doing anything. But then there are things, even after my maximum effort, I'm putting my time, my energy, my money, right? My breath, everything. The entire systemic activity of my bodies, I'm putting into that effort, but yet it will not happen. So this is a serious question that each of us have to start to look at as to why, what, right? The aspect of why this has happened to me, why this has not happened to me. Hey, even despite of my best efforts, I couldn't succeed. Without any effort, I'm able to succeed. What is happening? For most of it, we say, I don't know. Or what Dinesh ji, you just said, is it's not meant to happen. If it is not meant to happen, then why you even try? Isn't it foolish for us to give it a try when we know that this is not going to happen? That is where spirituality comes in play. Please understand, the intention versus inspiration, there are two different things. I have a beautiful intention to make things happen in my life, but the reality can be so different than your intention. So what is happening when you are intending something, and what is happening when you are realizing it? What is this? What is the bridge? What is the connection? Anyone? I'm trying to take this conversation deeper into the sense as to why things are happening, why things are not happening, right? It will help us to unravel that mystery as to what is that that's making things happen, what is that that's making things not happen. Anyone? Yeah.
I'll try to attempt to answer.
Mm-hmm.
The way I see it is, whatever karma that is that was done at some point. I mean, if we see that whatever is the current present is because of the past karmas, if we say that, and if I have my will is not strong enough to overcome that, then it does not happen. If my free will is beyond that, then I can make it happen.
Yeah, partially it is right. I mean, I think where we are trying to connect this is the intention versus the reality. What is the switch? The intention that you are bringing on can be a will initiated, or it can be a destiny centered. It can be your destiny that's pushing you to go there, and then you just let it happen. Or you have a will that you are pushing in between and saying that, nope, I don't want to go there, I want to go this way. Either cases, it is the intention, right? Either it has to be through will or it has to be the destiny. Now, what is happening when it becomes a reality? The reality aspect is different, because now whatever you're intending to happen, now you have to realize that. For you to realize that, just having the intention and will is not enough. You need the commitment, you need the dedication, you need the hard work, you need the emotional feeling, that you need to build in, and you got to work towards it. And that is where we are failing. Majority of our intentions are not realized because there is no feeling or doing aspect of it. And we all know about that. So if I'm trying to pull this information, why is that? Is my inspiration a better way to look at it than my intention? What is more important, my inspiration or my intention?
Intention.
Intention. Okay. Anyone else?
Intention.
Both.
Intention. Both. Okay. See, always understand, intention is something that your mind is creating it. You are intending based upon the knowledge and the perimetral, it's like, my mind has a boundary, right? Whatever my mind has acquired over a period of my lifetimes, that is my boundary. Universe is infinite, right? I mean, there is no way I know about universe. So if you start to put this in perspective, intention is about the joy of the mind, right? You are trying to understand or get something that your mind has comprehended at some point, whether it has seen it, whether it is experienced it, whether it is smelled it, whatever, maybe through senses, your mind has something that has attachment to it. Now you have an intent to make it happen. That is intention. What is inspiration? Inspiration is something that is coming from within, right? You have to inspire. Where is that coming from? That is the direction of the divine. Hey, I have to do this. Where is that I have to do this thing coming? It is not coming from your mind. It is coming from the divine. That is why, if you try to look at it, what is more important? Inspiration is more important than intention, because inspiration can be infinite. It can be beyond the capability of mind. Inspiration is connected to the universal mind. It is not connected to the limited mind. Whereas intention, what I want to accomplish with the limited knowledge, with the limited visibility, with the limited lifespan, what I may have hundreds of intentions. And to manifest those intentions, I don't have the energies to do so. So sometimes you may have an intention to establish yourself as a leader, or you want to see yourself as a successor in your family or in your society or whatever you're doing in your work area and all that. But you just give up that. Because why? You don't see that. Why? Because you're not inspired. So always inspiration is at a higher state than intention. Now, what happens if I'm trying to intend something? Where does that work? Where does that go? It is like you are trying to connect, you are trying to control your life based on a particular aspect of what you want, right? It is like a limited view where you are trying to bring a control to a particular thing that you want to accomplish. And when you are not able to do so, suddenly, if you have energies, if you work towards it, it will definitely happen. But it doesn't mean that it will happen every time. Whereas if you are inspired, always remember, if you are inspired to do so, it will bring miracles. It is a message that's coming from your divine within that will allow you to explore the unknowns. That is spirituality. You have to have some kind of inspirational connection. We talk about inspiration, we talk about motivation, right? All these things are important, because if you don't have that inspiration, you will never be able to get to that factor that you are out of your zone. Otherwise, I'm always in my zone, in my boundaries, with a limited mind. So It's like, intention will not allow you to go beyond the fact because it doesn't know. Intention is always directed towards what you are looking for, specifically in the area of your own awareness. You are absolutely aware of things that are happening when you are intending something to happen. Right? You're not going to sit here and say, you are, like you are an engineer, you're doing a beautiful job. Suddenly you don't say that I have an intention to become a doctor. Right? It doesn't work that way. But you can certainly get inspired by looking at a doctor to see how he is saving lives, how, his life matters, how beautiful charitable philanthropic work the doctor can do to save the human lives. And then you can get inspired by that, which is that message coming from divine within you. And you're able to go that extra mile, whether you may be building a hospital or you may be doing a philanthropic, or you may become a total philanthropic worker, or whatever that is a miracle. So what am I missing in my life is not intention. I have hundreds of it because intention is my mind. It's a joy. My mind is playing with me. What I really need is inspiration. For you to spiritually motivate yourself, for you to go to the next level, for you to be able to see the better version of you, or better, bring that awareness within you, you need to be inspired. And that inspiration comes from masters. That inspiration comes from reading spiritual books. That inspiration comes with the experience, senior masters, when you get encounter with them, when you sit with them, when you have a chat with them, when you try to understand how their lives have been, what they went through in their lives. Nobody has like, there is no, walk on flowers, right? For life is not that easy. There's no bed of roses, right? Everybody has to go through their own effort, whether you call it is a seamless effort or the, high, hard effort. But there is a level of effort that every one of us have to put, life after life after life, to get what we want. It is not coming just like that. But where I am lacking right now is my connection between my intention to the reality. So when you are inspired, your reality is aligned. You will certainly make it happen because you are inspired. It's a message from divine. It's the direction the divine is giving you within. So there is a push coming from the inside saying that go do it, make it happen. You can certainly do it. There is no need for you to, not be able to sit for 4 hours of meditation. You can certainly do it. What is stopping you from doing 6 hours of meditation? The only thing for you to listen to your inspiration and be at that state is the only one thing that you need is subtle intelligence, sukshma buddhi. You need sukshma buddhi. How do I get that? By gaining the knowledge of scriptures, by listening to the masters, by listening to the truth, by being with the truth, you become more subtle. As you embrace truth into your life, the more and more truth embarks into your life, or you bring that into your life, you will slowly start seeing that your subtle intelligence is developing. You are aware of your thoughts. You are aware of what's good, what's bad, even at the thought level. Forget about feeling and action. Even at the manifested, starting it's the source itself, you are able to see. You're able to bring or send your thoughts into the void. You need that subtle intelligence. And for you to develop that subtle intelligence, it is absolutely essential that we have to be associated with the like-minded people. Very, very important. So what is happening is, as and when we start to embark into the spiritual journey, and then we say that I want to have a beautiful life, I want to do this, I want to get there. The reason some are working, some are not working is my intentions are good. Right? Like Srini sir said, there is also a destiny aspect of it. I'm not destined to get there, but I cannot call that out after putting all my effort into it. It's like, you are trying to look for your promotion. You have been waiting it for a couple of years now, and you have put everything on the table. Every aspect of it you covered, but yet you did not get it. What do you say? Bad luck? Is there something called luck? Do you live it to the luck? Do you live it that you're not destined for it at that point? After putting all the effort, how many of us get disappointed, demotivated, right? The fact that I did not get what I want. So intentions are limited. Intentions will always make you come to a point, and then it will help you realize whether you're going to make it, you're not going to make it. If you make it, you say, I did it. If you're not going to make it, so it is the game of the ego. Remember, always, intention is a game of the ego. But then there is a fundamental question that even my spirituality is an intention. Yes, it is intention. But this intention will get dissolved once you start to get to the deeper state. It will dissolve. Even the enlightenment, the truth that we are asking today, when you as a beginner, you're going to ask about it. But once you start getting into the truth, there is no asking. You're just becoming that. It happens naturally. That is the power of truth. So as and when you start to look at the way things are happening, understand that inspiration is the way of living. It is the inspiration that will help you to get there, because miracles will happen in inspiration. When you are inspired to do something, it is bound to bring the transformation within us. Period. But I have a good intention. It's not going to make it happen. So the more and more we start to analyze and bring the conversation to a point where, hey, I have a very good intention to make things happen. I have a very good intention to make things happen, but then they are not happening. Why they are not happening? It's because it is my limited mind. My intentions are all bound to my limited mind, and my limited mind does not have the visibility of infinite consciousness. It does not know who am I. It does not know. It doesn't care about me as an individual. All it cares about is how to bring change, how to make things not work for you. We all spoke about this one open thing. Hey, your mind is your enemy. We all agree that my mind is my enemy, because it is my mind that is not allowing me to go to the next level or deeper levels. My mind is my enemy, right? Manayeva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo. It is your mind that can release you from the bondage, or it can pull you into the bondage. So what is happening now? It is my mind that's not allowing me to go to the next level. So because of that, I am stuck to where I am stuck. So what am I trying to do? There is only one thing that we have to do in this entire world. From the time of your birth to the time of your death, the only thing we all have to do is make friendship with the mind. And that requires subtle intelligence, because you have to be able to watch your mind. You have to be able to realize what is happening, what is going on within your mind. We are all eager to go change the world. We are all eager to look at TV and sit in your living rooms and comment about it, why this is happening, why that is happening. This is a brutal country. This is a brutal world. I cannot live in this world. This world is bad, and blah, blah, blah. And all that drama, whatever we are talking, it is all the mind talking in your living room. But you are not there to do any action. None of us will stand and then go say that, yeah, I want to be part of it. I want to bring the change. Because mind can only talk. Mind can only direct things that are centered towards itself. Mind only work for its own good. Mind doesn't care about you. Mind doesn't care about your growth. It doesn't care for anything. All it cares in that moment, it doesn't even care about good or bad. It just says, go do it. That's it. And that's where intentions come from. Right? So as much as I embrace this lifestyle of spirituality, there is still loss to progress. Why? Because my mind is still there. Until we start to realize the fact that it is my mind that is making me suffer, there is no relief. Absolutely. If anyone in this world wants a relief, they have to go beyond the mind. So, what is the focus of spirituality? Now, let's talk about the focus. Now that we understand, how do I make my intention or anything that I want to be inspired? I have got inspiration that has motivated me to do certain things. Now, how do I make that happen? Right? We talked about law of attraction, manifestation. There are different techniques out there that can make it happen. But the best way to make it happen is when you are inspired to do something, just do it. It is in that silence that things happen. Not by saying, not by talking, not by doing. In the silence. The silence of void. The inner silence. That is where things happen. Today we are sitting here and we are having this discussion. Maybe 15 of you or 20 of you are here. You can only hear me talking. But my words are not reaching to hundreds and thousands of people who are out there. Because I'm talking. But if I'm in my inner silence, in the state of void, my voice is heard to everyone who is in the path of truth. They will receive the message in their void, in their state of void, actually. The message that's being centered here. That's why, if you really look at it, great masters or the divine astral masters, or even, the physical masters, grand masters, they don't talk, they talk less. It is only through silence they deliver the message. They give you that energies. If you are able to understand the silence, then you will be given the message through that silence. You will be given the energies. You will be given the answers that you're looking for. Whatever you're looking for, right? You will all get that in your own silence if you are able to receive that, if you are in that state. But if you are a person who cannot understand the silence, then the masters will have to talk. That's what happens. You look at any masters, they are in silence. They don't talk much. They don't want to talk much because if you're disturbing the silence means he's coming out of his natural state. An enlightened master always stays in void. You're asking him to talk means he has to come down now into the state of mind and then start picturing these words. Whatever he's uttering it out, he has to utter it out through the mind, again, which is coming from your soul. But the point is, it's only reaching some of you, some of us. So what is happening is, whenever I start to look at my mind, there are three things here. One is the reality aspect, the other is the intention aspect, and how am I getting there? I have the beautiful intention to spiritually grow myself. But my actions nor feelings are working towards it. So what is missing? The inspiration is missing. If I am not inspired to do what I need to do, then there is no miracle. Miracle is not there. So if I don't address my mind, what is happening? If you don't address your mind, if you don't sit and have a chat with your mind, if you don't have that subtle intelligence to really understand what is going on within your mind, you will never be able to go beyond the state of mind. There is no soul, there is no self, there is nothing, there is no void, there is no shunya, there is nothing. Because I am always struck with my thoughts. I don't know what the next step is. And the point is, even in my thoughts, I am struck from one thought to other thought, one thought to other thought. It is constantly switching. Even one situation, I get 100 different thoughts. Because I am never in that big picture. Everyone thinks that if my mind is not acting, then how do I recognize anything? You have to understand that if your mind is not acting, then your heart is acting. Beyond the state of mind is heart. That inspiration, that connection that you're bringing the divine into your life is coming from that heart. Remember, yesterday we had this festival, Vaikunta Ekadasi, right? Ekadasi. It's a beautiful festival. There is a good story behind that, right? What happens? Even the best intentions of God, the Madhu Kaitabas, the Rakshasas, they won't let him go. Even Lord Vishnu comes out and he says that, okay, ask me whatever you want, I'll give it to you. But the Rakshasa says, no, we don't want anything. Instead, they ask Vishnu that, what do you want? Such is the power of mind. It does not even recognize the divinity within us. And when they get into Vaikunta to Uttaradwara, the northern gate has been opened in the Vishnu Loka for those Rakshasas to bring them on, such that they don't do. They asked for a war with Vishnu, right? And then Vishnu says, oh, he did it for 1 month. And in his presence, they had a 1 month fight. Those Rakshasas, they have lost their guna. The Rakshasa gunas are gone. And hence have become pure and are eligible to go into the divine life. So what Lord Vishnu says is, okay, if I leave these guys here, they're going to come back again and again. So I got to do something. So he pulls them in and then takes them into the Vishnu Loka, where you cannot come back. It's like giving him the moksha, liberation. At that point, they start to realize the importance of what Lord Vishnu is all about, why he was doing is, why he was so generous. And then they ask a boon that anybody who actually imitates this, they should also get this moksha. That's why they do this thing in temples, right? There's a saying in there. Again, the point is, it's in the Pancharatras, right? Pancharatra Agamanas. Somewhere it's written. This story is written there. So the point is, when you start to look at it, right, as a mind, you will not be able to comprehend what your inner divine is talking about. Your mind is not ready, or mind is impure. When your mind is impure, you cannot see the divinity within you. That's where I'm going with this. If I want to see the divinity within me, I need to be pure. The only reason, if any of us are sitting here and say that I am not the divine, then your mind is impure. Or I don't have the feeling, nor I don't have the action, nor I don't pretend, or even forget about pretending. I'm not that what I'm looking for. Then your mind is not pure. Period. Right? If my mind is impure, I cannot see the divinity within me. If you cannot see the divinity within you, what does it mean? Your mind is blocking your progress. Your connection to the God is broken because of your mind. So instead of trying to fix it, instead of trying to work with our mind, what are we trying to do? We are trying to expand the mind, the horizons of mind, to every nook and corner, with imagination, with the power of mind, with law of attraction, with an excellent intentions, whatever the intentions you have, so no matter how much of the material gains you bring into this life is futile if you do not know who you are. The whole purpose of this life is gone if you don't know who you are. You have to come back again. The circumstances, right? The situations that you have created, the activities that you are doing today, the kind of lifestyle that you are leading today, the environment you have created, the atmosphere that you are living in, the relationships that you have stuck with, everything will come back. Only difference is you may not be in North America. You may be in Canada, or you may be in China, in the next life, or you may be in India, in some other part of the state. with a different language. What does it matter? You may carry number of bodies, but if you still don't understand, mind is body in action, what is the purpose? There's no purpose. If I don't serve the purpose as to why I am here, then my life has no value. Materially, I may gain so many things. What is the value of it? At the end of the day, is that what I achieved coming with me? Am I ready to ask these questions to my mind? My mind is saying, go watch a movie. Are we asking your mind? Is your mind asking permission with you to go and see it? Or your mind is demanding that you go and see it? What state are you in right now? Can we even look at inside to see before even talking to others, before even judging others, commenting, complaining on others, interfering on others' lives or others' affairs? Do we have control of our own mind? Right? Vivekananda says, what has it to do with the person who does not have control of his own mind? I pity that soul, is what he says. I pity that soul who doesn't have control on his own mind. What can he teach? What can he serve? He's a burden to the humanity. He's a burden to Mother Earth. Because if you cannot conquer your own mind, what is the point in you coming and talking about anything? When you have not practiced Anapanasati, you have not gone to the deeper levels of it, what is the point in talking about it? So, as you start to bring this spirituality into the life, it is not just about trying to bring, hey, I'm reading this book, I'm doing this and all. Everything is connected. You have to bring that connections together. The dots, every dot that you are doing, you have to be connected to make sure that there is one common goal across all these things. With my sadhana, with my Sajjana Sangatya, with my Swadhyayana, with my Acharya Sangatya, with my being Shakahara, with my not going to places that are not important for me, avoid places where these low energies, all these are connected. Everything, every small thing is connected. And it is for that one common goal that you want to get there. All of this purpose is only one, my dear masters, to get to that state. And when you get to that state, you will understand that what you are looking for, you are already that. Whatever I have been trying to become, or trying to see, or trying to feel, I am already that. So when you get enlightened, there is no, it is like, sun going everywhere and trying to see, I want to see darkness. Will sun ever see darkness? Wherever he goes, there is always light. Sun can never see darkness. Similarly, an enlightened master, or if you are getting in the path of enlightenment, you will only see the positivity and miraculous things happening in your life. There should not be any disappointment. There cannot be any kind of mind activity, the lower mind activity. If any of those are hitting you again and again, then you should understand that you are not in that state yet. You need to do more practice. Sadhanat sajyate sarvam. What is sadhana? Sat plus dhana is sadhana. Sat is truth. Dhana means money. The money of truth, the wealth of truth that you are acquiring is sadhana. Without sadhana, how is it possible? It's not possible. So, as much as we start to embrace the fact that I am a spiritual person, I am doing this, I am doing that, I'm there, I'm here, and all that, all this is ego problem. It is your ego that is making you go through all the drama. How many times have we said that this is all happening because of God's will? We cannot. You require a lot of rigor, inner rigor, right? for you to come out and say that this is all God making things happen for you. Irrespective of what is going on in your life, whether the saddest of the saddest moment or the best of the best moment, are you able to say that this is God or this is that higher power, the consciousness that is making these things happening? I have nothing to do with it. Let us all remember one thing. As long as mind exists, suffering is inevitable. Inevitable. The outcome of your mind, you carry mind, there is an outcome to that. The outcome is suffering. The only best option to figure it out is, what do you need to do to get out of this state of mind? What do I need to do? I want to conquer the mind. I want to create I want to be a best friend to my mind, or I want to subside my mind, or I want to sleep mind. Whatever you are trying to do, you are all doing it for your own mind, my dear friends. Entire sadhana is only for mind. The spiritual practice, whatever you have brought into your life, is only for your own mind. So never come back and say that I could not do this, I have not done this, I should have done this. All these are baby talks. Nobody will get anything if you miss your meditation. Nobody cares. Your mind will be more happier if you do not meditate, because you are giving more energies to your mind. That way you will have more suffering. Remember this. Underline this statement. If you do not spend time in your own meditation, if you are not trying to go beyond the state of your mind, then you are with the mind. When you are with the mind, suffering is inevitable. It's like I use this example all the time. If you are in the water, you cannot say that I'm not wet. You are wet. It's just the nature. You are with the fire. The heat will be there. You cannot say that I don't need heat. So what is happening when we talk about this inner subtlety, inner intelligence, the subtle intelligence? What is this all about? Is I am moving from one state to other state. What are those states? It's like, imagine the matter is like ice cube. Let's take water as an example, right? Matter is ice cube. Your physical state is ice cube. Your mental, you're slowly, as you become more clearer, the emotional aspect of it, you bring that mental aspect into it, then you become like a liquid water. Then as you go more deeper from a subtle intelligence, you go more deeper of it, it is the vapor. In all three states, the water is there. It's just the state of that water is different. Right now, we are like ice cubes. We are in the matter. Everything matters, is what we say. Everything is matter. It is because of matter that everything is happening. Quantum physics now says it is not because of matter, it's because of consciousness. Everything is happening. They are redefining the science now. So the more I start to understand with my subtle intelligence, how you develop your subtle intelligence depends upon how smart you are, right? How much you really want to inspire from what we are talking, what you are doing, where you want to go, what is your future. That's why goal is a very important thing. You have to have a goal, whether it's a short-term goal or a long-term goal. Without that, you don't know where you are going. You always need direction. Every one of us needs direction. Even in spirituality, you need to know where you want to land. What is your landing path in spirituality? We say it's easy to say enlightenment. Are you working towards it? Is your mind, is your talk, is your action working towards that enlightenment? If you ask that question to yourself, you will know the answer. So the more I start to bring those energies, the more I start to understand this concept of spirituality, the more I bring my mind in line to my inspired outcome. What is my inspired outcome? I want to get into the truth itself. Everyone will say that, hey, you want enlightenment? I want enlightenment. Every one of us will say that. But it is not by just you saying you will not get enlightenment. The truth will also have to see that you are really eligible to get that enlightenment. The Atman within you has to see that you are ready for it. The soul has to see that, yes, this individual or personality is ready for enlightenment. Let me open myself. Then you will get enlightened. For that, you need to work. So never try to always bring intentions into the picture. Intentions are good to a point where you are trying to get out from your beginning state to the intermediate stage. Between intermediate to the expert state, you don't need to get stuck with intentions. You got to look at the big picture. If I am not able to see the big picture, you will never understand the true reality. Life after life, this is the drama that we are leading. So there was a question that was asked to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa or maybe to Bhagavan, Ramana Maharshi, that one person went and he asked the question that you are asking us to keep practice. How long do we have to keep practicing like this? And his response was very, very simple. He said, you only have to practice to an extent where your truth starts to see you. The moment your truth sees you, it will grab you. And the truth is walking in the name of Guru. The truth is walking in the name of Guru in the world. So the moment you are in the eyes of that Guru, the true Guru, he will pull you in. The truth will pull you in. The truth as Guru will pull you in. Until that time, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing. Never give up. You need patience. You got to be patient. What we do is we start today, we are doing, we do like a lot of these dikshas, right? We do 90-day diksha, 120 days, or 1 year diksha, that 1 year, next 1 year, I'm going to be like this, I'm going to be like that. The day you started, in next 4 or 5 days, you start looking back and saying that, is it happened yet? Is it happened yet? Am I there yet? Am I there yet? Why? Right? When you are in the water, you're going to get wet. When you do your sadhana, you will get the results. It is as simple as that. Focus on doing the sadhana. Don't look at the results. We know that. Krishna talks about it, right? In Bhagavad Gita. Don't worry about the results. Look at the results. Worry. When you are worrying about the results, it is the mind. Remember that. Because now the ego is starting to play. You have already done it for 10 days. You already done it for 20 days. Nothing is happening. What is going on? Because I don't have my subtle intelligence. My mind is acting. My ego is pushing me, saying that how long you're going to continue to do this? Everybody's going and enjoying life out there, and you're stuck here in your asana. You're not able to open your eyes. You're not doing anything. I'm giving you thought by thought. You're enjoying this thought process. What is going on with you? It is going to create so much chaos and confusion within your system. Ultimately, you give up the practice at all. That's the power of mind, my dear masters. That's the power of mind. Never sit on anything without understanding what it is. Don't just go do things for sake of doing it. Understand it. All permutations, combinations, know about it. Spend time to understand what sadhana you want to pick and how long you want to do it. Doing is more important than talking. So the more I start to embrace this kind of inspired way of living, we will get there. It will happen. It is bound to happen. That's why Patriji says, all you have to do is keep doing meditation no matter what. You will get there. That's it. You read books, good spiritual books. You listen to the masters who have talked about truth. Always connect to the truth. You do your practice. That's it. You don't need anyone. Now I'll say Aham Brahmasmi, I say Tattvamasi, or I say Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma, Ayamatma Brahma, whatever that. Adharvaname, we can talk about all that scriptural knowledge, anything and everything about it, but it doesn't mean nothing to either of us, because I will never go beyond my state of mind. Those are only words. Words have no meaning to me because I have not experienced it. They're just sayings. That's it. It's like writing on the wall. What good it is writing on the wall? So until I bring that practice, and the best way to really calm down your mind is seva, doing the spiritual work. Always remember, never let go an opportunity to do spiritual work. Never, ever let go. See, we all do charity work, right? A lot of people do. A lot of people call us and say, hey, we need this, we need that, and all that. We do that. We do give amounts and all that. But what is happening? It is your ego that is playing the trick there. It is your mind that is playing the trick there. By the fact they are coming to you, they are asking it, they are giving you return. They're giving you back. Hey, you give me this, I'll give you 3% back. You give me this, then you avoid IRS taxation. What is this drama? This is all mind drama. You're doing charity to avoid IRS taxation or for your enlightenment? Isn't it a fundamental to think about it that way? How many of us are sitting and talking to our own mind to say that, okay, somebody is asking me to do something. Am I going to do it? Am I not going to do it? Why are we giving so much priority to mind to think about it? If you want to do it, just do it. And don't talk about it. Leave it. Do it and forget it. That is seva. Every second, I was telling my kids earlier, every second that you spend on spiritual work, that second is coming back in hundreds and hundreds of days back to you. Remember that those seconds, every second that you're spending on spiritual work, it is coming back to you 1,000-fold. It is your own writing that you are doing. You are creating a better future for yourself by doing your own spiritual work. Remember, your giving is only coming back to you. But when you are doing with the ego, with the mind, it is not coming back to you. It is actually binding you. You cannot go. You cannot be free. When you do anything with ego, you cannot be free. With the mind, you cannot be free. You're stuck. So the more I start to think, the more I start to go deeper. Today, even there was this conversation last time we were talking about it, that why am I not able to go into the deeper state of my being? What is stopping me to go into the deeper state of my being? Oh, I cannot sit, sir. Oh, beyond 1 hour, I cannot even imagine. Who is the one saying that? I cannot sit. I cannot do this. This is not for me. This is not my cup of tea. Have we ever looked inside to ask that question? That, okay, who is the one saying? It is your mind that playing a trick with you, saying that, no, you cannot sit. I will not allow you to sit. So who is in charge of our lives? Our mind is in charge of our lives. So that is the reason sadhana has to come into our lives. How you bring that sadhana is with the greater understanding. It is the only thing that we have to remember is sadhana, sadhana, sadhana. Sadhanat sadhyate sarvam. Only with the practice you are able to bring your mind in line. Because the entire practice is only for mind. The more and more you do the abhyasa, the faster you have that thought process to say that how you wanted to how you wanted to make a change in your own system. I'm not able to move this way. I'm not able to move that way. My body is not letting me do this. My mind is not letting me go beyond the state. All these are again mind playing tricks with you, saying that, yeah, it's enough, get up, it's enough, get up. Because we are not able to get out of that. Have we ever said to ourselves that without any talking, without any saying, without any thinking, let's go do meditation for whatever time, even on a weekend? Try that. Without thinking, just go sit and do it. You will have a beautiful, beautiful experience. But no, you will prepare so many things. The mind will start to prepare so many things. That sofa is not right. That pillow is not good. That legs are not. I need to sit on a big, whatever, right? Whatever the asana that you put on, or a chair or a bed, whatever, right? I need comfort. I cannot sit. My back is aching. All this is your drama of your mind. So again, why is that my intention not realizing? Why is that I'm not able to listen to my inspiration? Or why am I not getting inspired? Is because of all these factors. So let us start to bring that kind of culture into our life. It is not one thing. All these things put together is where the enlightenment is. It is like when you're walking on the road, you have the dust, you have the whatever tar you talk about, right? Uh, you have your slippers, you're wearing it. You have trees, the bushes, the footpaths, everything you see on the road. All those things are these, one of these, one of that, one of that, and eventually you get to that state of being. Don't leave things just because you want to leave things. It doesn't work that way. Embrace these energies, bring that kind of culture into the life. Start seeing that you will start to progress yourself, but you have to notice that progress within you. The mind has to notice the progress within you. If mind notices too much, then ego goes up. If mind sees it lighter, then you will not be able to be in that state. So mind has to be balanced for you to be able to see both these things coming together. So let us embrace this spiritual work, spiritual knowledge, and spiritual practice into our lives and become more inspired to do better, to do best, to whatever the extent that we can go. All right, and get to that state of truth or enlightenment. So with that, let's I'll open up for questions. If you have any questions for a few minutes, we'll talk about it, and then we'll wrap it for the night. Any questions? No questions? All right.
One question, Anil Garu.
Yes, please.
So how is the inspiration and intuition different?
So the intention is coming from the mind. The inspiration is coming from your heart, right? You have to see when you go look at, like I said, example of a doctor, right? You may have the intention to you're engineer today and you have intention to become a doctor, but that is a long shot, right? But by looking at the doctor, the work that he's doing, you may probably get inspired to say that I should also do some certain things. Like you may build a hospital, or you may do some charitable work, or you may donate to a particular cause in the hospital. That is inspiration, because that is the message coming within you. See, when you connect to that, that is what makes your karmas dissolve, right? By doing greater work, you are dissolving your karmic issues. But when I'm intending only for my own purpose. My intention may be good, but whether it happens or not depends upon how much energy I can carry to make it happen.
Yeah, so, sorry, I think proud. I was asking if intuition and inspiration.
Oh, intuition. Oh, sorry. So intuition is something that you are getting. It's a sixth sense, right? That sixth sense is there coming from your higher self. A message coming from your higher self that is sitting in your fourth body, the intuitional body, that is intuition. Your higher self is saying that go do that, right? But your intention is saying that go do this. So what do? If you're not in your fourth body, if you're not in the deeper state, what will happen is you will only listen to your mind. And what is happening by not following my intuition is I am digressing myself from my path of enlightenment. Because always remember, the intuition that you receive from your higher self is always towards the path of truth, toward the purpose of why you are here. It only looks at big picture. Your mind cannot look at the big picture, because mind only looks at the limited picture that it has the visibility to.
So first you inspire and then the intuition takes over.
So it can be either way, right? Either you have an intuition where you say that, okay, I wanted to get into that, and then you go, you look at it, and then you get inspired to do better, more and more. Or it can be an inspiration where you went and you looked at it, now you sit, and then you see whether that is the right thing for me to do it or not. So it can be either ways, but both of them are good, in the good line. Intention, on the other hand, is a limitation.
Thank you.
Yeah, good question. Any other questions, masters? Give more time to practice. It is only for the practice we are here. Do not let go of your practice for anything. There is nothing important than practice. The most important thing, if there is anything that we want to take away from this session, it is only practice. Because practice brings discipline to mind. When your mind is disciplined, you are in charge. When you are in charge, your energies are divine. You will carry the divine energies. All right. So with that, if no further questions, then we'll call it a night. We'll see you all tomorrow. Fine. Have a wonderful evening. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a good one. Thank you. What's this?